All right, guys. So I am here with Just Jen Reacts without the T. Just, oh no, it is with a T.
Yeah,
Just, then Jen, then Reacts.
that's
What's up,
me.
Jen? How you doing?
Hi, Van Hall. People don't know this, but I have every morning with my coffee. It's coffee and Van Hall on my phone, making my ass laugh every morning.
What?
Swear, it's been like that, like for a minute. For a minute.
Okay, conversation over. I can't blush throughout the freaking conversation. That's just crazy. That's just crazy. So I got a question for you because I mean, I'm the oldest here. I mean, I just want to put that out there. I'm big bro. Just want y'all to know that.
You earned it.
But Just Jim Reacts got 143,000 subscribers. Shout out to you.
Thank you.
And that's
Thank
just
you.
on one of your channels. Because you got
Oh,
like three.
I do, but like I lost the login information for the one. I haven't been on it in like a year and a half. The other one, I got two videos, I got attacked. So I was like, F this. I tucked my tail between my legs. No, for real. Like I didn't run because of that. It's just like, my life is so like busy. It's like, I wish I had time to like do content for like 10 different channels. I would, I
So
would.
do you do this full time?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I do it full
Hmm.
time. It's I think the most successful part for me that it makes it worth my time because it's of my live streams. I only do it twice a week, but it's beneficial both with money, of course, because I'm not going to sit here and be like, I don't make anything.
Damn
Of
right. You
course
gotta
I
do it for
do.
money.
Right. And what's mostly beneficial is what we get out of it and the healing that is done from the
Right.
time I press the start button to the time I end the stream. Not
Right.
just for me, but for everybody in there. It's pretty rad.
That's right. And you got a pretty nice group of people there. And I'm sure you're the type of person that you know the names of your most loyals and the people who are always saying, "Hey, hit the like button, show some love. Hey, Jen."
Yeah, I've actually spawned some like real friendships that are outside of YouTube. YouTube has brought me the best people that I've ever found, whether
Wow.
it be from our group of the Avengers, right? Spawn of real life friendships, but
Yeah.
also in my community as well on my channel. It's I've met some of them. Some of them I'm like dying to meet, and it's crazy because my life was full of toxic people, such toxic people for a while. And I was miserable. You wouldn't have liked me if you would have met me you would. Because when we talked before we started this, how effervescent I am and, just positive. Back then I wasn't because there was such, like if you hang with a dog, you're going to get fleas, or like the misery loves company
Yep.
saying.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
true. It's truer than a bitch. I'm
Hey,
like,
I can dig it. And I'm gonna say again, and I'm gonna come back to that, but your background, like your actual background, not your background of your life. We'll get on that in a moment. But the background of your video is amazing. Like the setup is like super dope, super chill, super cool. You got the American flag back there and everything.
yeah, I love America. I think it's a beautiful country. I think, we have all sorts of different opportunities because we're here. There's so many different cultures here under one roof, and it's great. Oh boy, this is gonna have to get edited out.
No, it's not. No, no. Do you think?
What? What do you want, son? Oh, yes, I have to fix his tablet
How old is he?
for
Oh, how many children do you
Martin's.
have?
I have two.
How old are they?
My oldest is 19. He was born on Cinco de Mayo.
Okay,
And
May
this one
5th.
is, yeah, this one was born on February 26th of 2018. So he's 4. He'll be 5 here coming up shortly.
Yes, yes.
Big age gap. Big age gap.
Huge age gap.
Yeah.
And
How are your
sometimes a
kids?
19-year-old gotta be you gotta is
Yeah.
the girl, the 19-year-old is a girl,
Both
boy.
boys.
So
Yeah.
you gotta be the big bro, like really be the big bro. When I'm leaving, when I'm you gotta take care of things. Yeah.
Right. Right. And I don't like I since I'm mom and dad to both of these kids, and it sucks. I love like family. I love families. I strived for that. I wanted that for mine, and it just didn't work out that way. But I got that nurturing
Right.
side, but I also am the disciplinarian. I get gangster with him.
Already know. Already know. Did your 19-year-old play any sports in school?
He tried sports, but then he literally was better at band. He liked music better because it literally suited him better, because he tried that football thing and that baseball thing, but it was like, I don't like to get tackled. I don't like to run. I don't like to do all this. And I was like, and I was hard on him at first, but then I was like, can you say hi to Van? Hi, Van.
Hey, buddy.
You got mess right by your
So
mouth.
cute, like super cute.
Thank you. And so now he's at the University of Cincinnati and he's in the band. I'll be going down to see him here.
Congratulations.
Thank you. He's gonna be a mechanical engineer. And I
Get
can't
out of here.
No, he's super duper smart. It's crazy because when I was growing up in school, I was very loud and obnoxious. Go figure.
Oh yeah,
Hasn't
I already
changed.
know that.
Hasn't changed much at all, right? Go
Don't
ahead.
be. This is amazing. Watch you walk and chew gum at the same time. Like, and to the audience, just in case y'all didn't notice, at first she was like, "Look, we're gonna have to edit this out," and I said, "Nah, don't worry about it. Just do your thing." When he came back down there with that tablet, she did not break a sweat. She just kept it going. She was talking. She was helping out, being a mom. He walked around, got inside the screen. She kept it going. You're natural at this. Like, do your thing. It's lovely to see.
I wish I had like 3 pairs of arms and all this, because it's hard doing everything that I do. But it's like it's like a natural drive that I have. I propel myself forward. But what I was saying about, it's got that he makes like little YouTube videos on his tablet, but of course he doesn't upload them. But so I let him do his thing. Yeah, got to be present. See, this is why I don't do hardcore drugs anymore, because I used to a lot of them. And
I'm sorry, what?
I used to do a lot of hardcore drugs.
No, you didn't.
Oh yeah.
Bull, sugar, honey, iced tea.
No, for real. Like hardcore drugs. Like it was, yeah.
Okay. Meth?
I've done meth. I've done cocaine.
You lying.
No. But heroin was it for me, a catalyst for me that it consumed my whole life for about 8 years. I went to prison and everything. Yeah, it was bad.
You lying.
I got caught up in the largest drug sweep in Cuyahoga County history, 93 person indictment. Because a guy I was dating there's a gang here called the Heartless Felons, right?
They sound dangerous as hell. Heartless fellas. Goddamn.
They started off in the juvenile, the Cuyahoga County, which is downtown Cleveland, in the juvenile hall. And that's where the Heartless Felons started. But a lot of them were committing some heinous crimes at a young age. Like Heartless Felon, the first 48 type, they don't care. Like Heartless is exactly that was their mantra. And so they're getting sentenced as adults, and they're sending these young kids to prison for whether it be carjackings, robberies. They're going into adult prisons at 15, 16, 17 years old. What do you think they're going to come out like? Because you just sent them to the wolves, right?
Yeah.
No rehabilitation whatsoever. Do not pass go. Do not collect your $200. You're going to the penitentiary.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
They went to criminal training. That's criminal training ground right there. I'm gonna come out a better criminal than I've ever been.
Gladiator camp, right? Exactly.
And I'm gonna be strong as hell. Go in skinny and go in looking like Van and come out looking like Stevie Knight.
Right. Stevie Knight's nice looking. Yeah, he is. I watch him too.
No, but hold on. Time out. See, heroin,
Yeah.
How did that happen? If you don't mind
Yeah,
telling.
not at all. I don't mind. So I was in an abusive relationship, a couple of them, but the one that I was in, we were doing drugs together. It was but mainly cocaine, and he was very abusive for 7 years. I got called all the names that I got called will forever haunt me and traumatize me.
Oh wow.
For whom I decided, for whom I broke bread with, my appearance. There was just too many that I'm not even going to say. It's I got PTSD because of all that, and physical abuse too. So when he nearly killed me, uh,
I'm sorry, what?
yeah, he nearly killed me. So he was sentenced to prison. So I was able to get away from him, uh, finally. And it was a
Thank
blessing in
God.
disguise, right? Because I couldn't get rid of him to save my life. And it took for him almost taking mine for him to be sent off to prison. And when that happened, I kind of went a little buck wild, right? I was controlled with everything, and it was,
You were celebrating with him gone?
yeah, yeah. So I'm so like, oh, I haven't been single. I haven't cheated on this man either in 7 years. So I was with nobody else for 7 years. So I was like, I'm going hog wild, right? And I was 26 years old. We had a 3-year-old son, and I just went off the rails. And my buddy, who had been to prison throughout my life, I knew him since I was about 15. He'd been in and out, in and out, in and out. He was a junkie, and he literally, every time he'd go to prison, I would wonder, like, when he come home, he looks good. He's in good shape, but you can't have a habit in prison. It's too expensive. So I was like, why do you every time do you start back on that when you get out of prison? Like, why you're clean, so why don't you just stop? And
Right.
the allure, that curiosity got the best of me. And with persuading him, he at first was like, no. And I was like, just let me try it. So he put out a tiny line about that big. And back in 2006, it was real heroin still. It wasn't this fentanyl that they have on the streets. And so he busted a line out like this. I look at him, I'm like, you stingy bastard. I'm like, what is that going to do? He goes, if I give you any more, you'll die. And I was like, that didn't set off an alarm in my head. It was bad. So I did it, and it was like a warm hug. Like, I felt the rush throughout my whole body. I didn't feel physical pain. I didn't feel emotional pain. So I began a love affair with heroin for 8 years. And
Oh my
November,
gracious.
yeah, it was pretty bad. So I dated, like, over the 8 years, I had a guy in my life who ran drugs, and he was with the Heartless Felons gang. And I got wrapped up with him. And
And he was providing you drugs for free or
well, he went to prison for a little while. He was providing drugs, of course, for free. Of course, it was kind of an even trade-off, right? But we kind of grew to care about one another, so that it was a long-lasting type of relationship that we had. But I I didn't love him. I think, like, he kind of had more love for me than I had for him, because I only seen it as, you're giving me something that I need. And he went to prison, and when he come home, I helped get him back on the map, and that's who I got hemmed up with, because he would bring me drugs, and I would sell them to the people out in the county that I live in.
wait a minute. Not only were you a drug user, you were a drug dealer at a point.
Yeah.
Get out of here, man.
No, but I learned how to sell drugs from a young age, from a very young age. In, like, middle school, we were selling acid and
Time
weed and
out.
stuff.
God
Yeah.
damn it. Time out.
You remember
Ain't
when
no
you
way in the
called?
world people looking at you through on this side of the screen. Like when we look at Jennifer, like we see this bubbly young lady just really excited about life and really friendly and just dope and just fun. Nobody's like, what? Are
Yeah.
you freaking kidding me?
Oh no. I used to roll with a lot of money around, and a lot of uh heavy artillery.
Did your siblings know about your addiction or was it an addiction? Like how many
Yeah.
years in was an addiction, or months, or was it weeks that it became an addiction? And did your siblings know? Did your parents know? Did they do anything to try to get your attention and change your direction?
Yeah. So after that first initial line, it was a love affair from immediate.
Wow.
And for about a month, I was, sniffing. And then a month later, I started to use needles. And
What?
yeah, it was really bad, Van. It was, now that if I see needles today, I can't give blood without like getting sick, I don't get triggered anymore because I've been sober for 8 years, but um,
Are you ever?
addiction,
I
huh?
mean, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Never. I can watch movies now today and it doesn't skeeve me out at all. But when my siblings found out, like they were okay with me doing blow and selling cocaine. They were okay with me smoking meth and doing meth and selling it. They were fine with me selling pills and all this, that, and the other. But the very second they found out that I was using heroin is when they were like, nope, we're gonna put the brakes on. Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
Absolutely. That's like the most difficult drug to kick.
100.
Like they say honestly, and what I was about to say while you were talking, and I apologize for cutting you off. I should probably put on my headphones too, but it's so comfortable without the headphones sometimes. All right, so check this out. One thing I was about to say to you is, and because I've heard this before, and it might be false, but they said once addicted to heroin, always addicted to heroin. And so when you said something about when you got to give blood and you got sick, or yeah, but I've always heard about how difficult that was to kick, and you
I kicked
it
its
was
ass.
just curiosity for you because
Yeah.
you are extremely intelligent, and you knew that people got addicted to it, but you saw your friend be able to go to prison, come out, look like he was healthy, taking care of himself, but he always went back to that addiction, and you was like,
Yeah.
what is it about? I want to understand more.
Yeah, and plus when I would take pills like opiates, like Percocets or Vicodins or anything like that, I could take them and I would never experience withdrawal. Never. I could take them for extended periods and then cold turkey stop. Didn't bother me one bit. So I'm thinking I'm impervious to this stuff. Now, once a heroin addict, always a heroin addict, I don't believe that's true because there's a 3% success rate. Better than nothing. But 97 out of 100 people will fail and relapse at one point in their life. Now, I'm vigilant though. I look at everything that I've done, who I've hurt, all the shit I miss out on, the prison that I went to. I look at all that and I don't want no part of it. And my brain today can see consequences before I act. Before, no, I didn't. I don't even know if I cared because I was in that place where when I woke up every day, I'm like, oh, here we go again.
Did you always have the finances to be able to purchase or to take care of your habit, or
No.
did you have to, like, were you always good financially and you didn't have to go through means like selling sugar honey iced tea?
I had to sell sugar, honey, iced tea, and the bootay, of
Get
course.
out of here.
No, I prostituted. I had to,
Yo,
with my,
yo.
with my friend who was a heartless felon. We traded. And this is why I didn't have that connection that he had with me. I just, it wasn't there for me. And we've stolen, like, this is terrible. And like, I've repented for this about 360 times and I'm about to again. But that same character who gave me the heroin for the first time, I drive him around because of course he didn't have a car license, but he would rip off copper downspouts off of churches. He would steal copper from Home Depot, but the churches part, I'm going to tell you that it was then and there that I knew that God is a punishing God and he's real, right? Because throughout my life, we grew up Roman Catholic, right? My family is Roman Catholic. So they would say every time I was bad, God punished you. So I took Jeff to rip down some copper. He didn't say we're going to go to the church. We'd drive around until we spotted the oxidized ones, and the church just so happened to have the oxidized copper downspout. So he'd run up to the and we're in Euclid, Ohio, and he rips the, and then we go. But like
Wow.
literally, this is like it was a oh shit moment. We were taking it to the scrapyard, and I went head on into a telephone pole. And it was all kinds of like, yeah, it was a sign from above being like, you son of a bitches, we're gonna like, you're gonna wake up from this. But it was, I was so addicted that like my family, they tried relentlessly to, get me in trouble. They tried talking to me, they tried staging interventions on me, they tried sending me to
Whatever they
rehabs.
could.
Yeah, they did whatever they could. And of course I resisted. I
Wow.
resisted because that drug was, not only was I physically dependent on it, that I needed it every day, but it also numbed me. Like there's a song by a classic rock group called Pink Floyd, Comfortably Numb,
Yes, I love that song.
right?
I love
And
that song.
that's the state that you're in. That song is what it's about, heroin. It's it was like a warm blanket, like a mama's warm hug on her breast when you have it, but like a harsh daddy's slap when you don't. And it's the one way I can explain it.
Wow.
But
Wow. Just so the people that are watching, just want y'all to know, we don't ever want you to feel that warm hug.
no,
Okay?
no,
Ever.
because that was back when I started with that stuff. The fentanyl is out today, and it's in everything. So it's in coke, it's in meth, they put it in weed, they
They
put it
put it
in
in
everything.
everything. And
Everything.
people are dying.
Bad 300 a day right now. 300 a day.